Yes. Okay. So now, can you see my screen? Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So now, like when I log into the this hosting panel, so currently you can see it. It is currently hosting like our 16 websites. Okay. So in these 16 websites, so here we have the file manager. It is similarly like our system. Okay. So currently what we are doing, we are like running a local server, right? For in order to run any application, we are making them as a we are making one local server and we are testing it there, right? So similarly here the hosting also they are giving a place like in order to maintain our files, whatever we need. We can only handle here the static files in the sense only the HTML files. Okay, let's see here. So currently I have the JavaScript files, right? Because it is a React application, we build a React application using a JavaScript. But in order to make this React application in a HTML, because so end of the day, what we have to do? So we have to maintain, we have to convert this JavaScript, that means the React application, into a single HTML file. So how we can do it? So let me run this application and install. So currently I'm running a command like add install. That is a command which we are going to use in order to install all the dependencies to run this particular file. That means this application. So currently it is installing all the packages which are required to run this particular test app. Okay. So let it install it first.
Hello. Just one second. My network just lagged. What is the command?
Sorry.
Yes. Right.
This command, like this is
Yes.
sorry, npm install. Sorry, I did the wrong command. Npm install. So you need to like run a command like npm install. So this command. That is my mistake. And okay, let it run. So this simple command like node package modules install command. Okay. So currently we are making a like React application, right? So there are some dependencies. Here you can see it. In order to run this React application, we have some dependencies here. Okay. So these are the dependencies which make this React application to run. Okay. So after this completing, we have, in order to start the application, you have the start command. So there is a start command, right? So this start command like here npm run. So this is a predefined command, so for the node package. So after that, so here we have the scripts, right? Scripts in the sense what we have to do. Okay. So let's say I want to start this application. I will like use as a npm run start. So this command will start this application. So that is the npm run start. So in order to build in this sense, let's see. Here I have made this application in a JavaScript, but I need to build it as a HTML, right? So build is nothing but converting the JavaScript application, that React application, to single HTML file. So okay, so in order to do that, we need to build it. So in order to build, so we have the command like npm run build. Okay, so here, so it will generate a build folder here. Now you can see the build folder, it is already generated. So in this build folder, it is currently like not installing. So yeah, so now you can see it. Here it is giving all the necessary documents, necessary files here. Along with that, you have one static file, that is a HTML. HTML is basically a static file, right? So once you run this in a local system, so okay, when I run this, now you can see it. It is simply like a HTML code, right? Okay. So like what we are doing, so we are making a JavaScript application into a single HTML file using a npm run build command. Okay, so there is a build command. So make it so single HTML file. So now what we have to do? So we have to take this build file, a build folder. So now I'm just doing it manually currently. So I will make a scene of it. So let's say, so in this hosting, so let's say if you want to do in a particular domain, so what we have to do? Currently, I am choosing one subdomain. Subdomain in the sense, let's say you have, say, let's say growinvoice.com. You have it, right? But so there are some other features need to be deployed in the same growinvoice.com. But what we are doing, so instead of having, like, instead of doing it in this domain, so we are adding a subdomain. Subdomain in the sense, previously it is www dot, right? Instead of www, so we are making it as a something like dev or something. For the APIs, we are handling it as a API hyphen dev, something like this. Okay, so it is API hyphen dev is nothing but for the APIs. And so if we use it app.growinvoice.com, it is for the application, that is a growinvoice application, right? So yeah, so now this is a way how we are implementing the growinvoice, how we are maintaining the subdomain, sorry. So how we are maintaining, this is the subdomain name. Okay, previously whatever we are entering in between the www dot, so this is called as subdomains. Okay. So like currently for every application, so there will be a main domain. Main domain in the sense, whatever the growinvoice.com or sympioniac.xyz or growlimitless.com, anything it may be. So the .com is nothing but like whatever the domain, and .com is nothing but a main domain. And so previously whatever the thing it's having starting, so this is called a subdomain. Now you can see it for the same peony. So I have only one subdomain, that is api.sempion.xyz. The main domain is sempion.xyz, but that subdomain in the sense api.sempion.xyz. Okay, let's see similarly for the grow invoice, how many subdomains we have. Currently we have so four subdomains for the grow invoice. So what are those? That is the launch.growinvoice.com. Another one is a go.growinvoice.com. Another one is a dev.growinvoice.com, app.growinvoice.com. So this is how we are having it. So the subdomains. Okay. Let's say for this, in order to make this live, so I am creating one subdomain for this folder, that is a test.growinvoice.com. I am making the subdomain as test. So okay, so test in there, let's say test hyphen app. I just gave it as a test hyphen app, and here I am customizing the folder for the subdomain, for my subdomain. So that is after the public HTML. So that this is a parent route where currently the growinvoice.com is like end routing. So let's say growinvoice, let's say we have the folder, right? So in this build folder only we have all these files, right? Similarly in this hosting we have the main folder like public underscore HTML, and after that within this folder I am creating another folder, so which need to pointing for this subdomain. Okay, let's say I created a test hyphen app. So okay, I'm creating this subdomain. Now it is created. Now you can see test hyphen growinvoice.com, it's created. Currently when I open this one, it won't show it anything because we have created, but there is no page, right? Now you can see it, it is pointing to hostinger page, hostinger default page, because we created a subdomain but we didn't push anything, right? So that to that subdomain, let's say, let's open the, for this grow invoice I'm opening the file manager here. In this file manager, so what the folder we created? We created as a test hyphen app, right? So let's go to that particular folder. Yeah. So initially the main route is public underscore HTML. In this folder we have test hyphen app. So which is pointing this domain, this subdomain. Let's pointing to this. Here we have the default HTML file. Currently I'm deleting it. So when I delete this file, this default page, so now I refresh this page, there is no, like no page is returning because there, it is getting a 403 because there is no pages, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm making one new file here, that is a index.html. Okay, let's, I'm just testing whether it is working or not. H1 tag, so testing page. I'm just writing testing page. When I save this one, I'm closing this. Now you can see it in the public HTML folder in the test hyphen app. I'm created one HTML static file. So when I refresh this page, now you can see it is having the testing page. So okay, this how the hosting is working. So okay, in this folder, whatever contents I'm placing it here, so it will be reflecting in our grow invoice page. That is in this subdomain. Let's say okay, so in order to make our React application, what we have to do, we have to paste all our build files. Okay, so these are the build files, right? So we need to copy this all build files and we need to like paste it here. Okay, how we can do that? So here we have the upload option, that is I think, yeah, so this is the upload option. So for the uploading we have two options, that is the file uploading and also the folder uploading. Currently, let's say for the simple one, so I'm deleting all the files once. So for the simple, I'm making this build as a zip content, zips. Yeah, so zip type. That means I'm compressing this build, and after that, here I'm just uploading it as a file. So now in the lecture, yes. So what is that? Test tab. So here the build file is there, right? The zip file. So I just extracted. I need to extract the files here. Now I'm extracting it. So it as test, something like test. Okay. So now I need to remove this zip. Again, in this test folder, we have too many folders, right? But so these are the contents, right? But these content need to be there in a text hyphen app, right? So what I'm doing, I need to select all and I am moving it where I'm moving it. So yeah, so here I'm putting it. So in the test hyphen app, so in this particular folder only, we need to move all this stuff. So okay, currently it is representing in a test hyphen app, which is pointing the this subdomain. When I refresh this page, now you can see it. It will move to the our React application. Okay, so currently this is a subdomain for our React application. So this is how we are doing manually for the React application. Okay, so currently what we are doing, we are running one command like and run build. So this is a file, this is a command we are running, and again after that we are getting a build folder and we are making it as a zip and we are uploading to the server. Here we are uploading it, right? So yeah, so here we are uploading it. So rather than this doing this all things, so let's say so in a day how many times you will build this, like you need to deploy multiple times, right? So how you gonna do that? So similarly we have one thing, like we have the CI/CD pipelines. That means continuous integration and continuous development will be happening through the GitHub. Let's say how it's going to happen. So here, in order to do that, we need to store all our files in a GitHub, right? How we can do it? So we are creating one repository here. I am just creating one repository in my like in my GitHub. So in this repository I'm giving a name as a test react pipeline, something like this, and making it as a private. So private in the sense like only I can see it. Okay, no one can see it, only I can see it. I'm making it as a public. Let's see. So I'm creating a repository here. So now currently there is no files here, right? So what we have to do, so here they are giving some comments. So what they are giving, so you need to run this git init. Okay, so I'm running the git init. So whatever they are giving, I'm just running those commands only, I'm not doing anything. Okay, now it is asking. Okay, previously we did is this build.zip. This is no need, and yeah. So yeah, we don't need that zip file, right? I just removed it, and here what we have to do is in order to push this. So I'm running the commands. So I'm checking the main branch. Okay, so whatever the commands they are giving, so I'm just pasting it here. So at last it will ask the permissions, allowing them. Okay, let me allow them. Okay. So once I give the permission, now you can see every file get written in a GitHub. So now when I refresh this page, now you get see all the files, right? Now you can see all the files here. So this is how the GitHub is working. So currently, so I am storing all my React application in a GitHub. So this is how it is happening. But So another step is that we need to make this get like a React application to live. Like we need to build this every time when I push this code. Whenever I'm making a changes. I need to push those changes to the GitHub, right? So after that, so I am asking GitHub to perform a deployment. So there is a continuous integration need to be happen. So okay, how we can do the continuous integration? Continuous integration in the sense, let's say I have changed. So in the app.js, okay, in the header, let's say in the header, I changed the header to something like welcome hello world, something like that. I just changed the message right here, the header message. I just written another content. So I need to push this content, right? In order to push it, so I'm just making the commit message here, updated at the content. So in header component. So I'm pushing this code. So okay, like when I push this code again, you can see it. So it will be reflecting here. So like what I'm doing. So every time I'm making a changes and I'm pushing it to the GitHub. So now I am asking GitHub to do the integration level. So we need to reflect those changes in this particular page, right? How we can do it? So we need to like run one command like build command. So that is we need to run it. So in order to make it HTML static file. So once we have the build file, so we need to transfer all the build files to this particular folder, right? So now I am making one GitHub action here. So let's see how we can add the GitHub action file. So here, so there will be like I am creating one folder like that is here also you can do it, or so here in the actions tab in the GitHub, in the actions tab, you can have a React. No. Okay. So yeah, currently we are making a use of this this deployment action. So there is a FTP deployment section. So nothing but so how we are doing currently. Let's see here. We are running one command that is a npm run build, and after that we need to connect to the server, right? So let's see one by one process. Here I am just making one folder, right? Dot GitHub. So this is a folder, and in this folder I am making workflows folder. Okay, and in this folder I am making one deploy pipeline file that is a deploy.yml. So okay, whatever things it is having in the .github, so it is completely a action files. Action in the sense, let's say whatever there is a integration need to be happen, right? So those type of files need to be written in a GitHub. So .github is understanding by the GitHub. So where whenever we are pushing these changes, it will directly run this YAML file. Okay, let's see here on. Okay. Jobs are missing. Let's see. Is we created or not? Let me see it. Give me a minute. This. Okay. So now I'm making another. Okay, let's see. So whether I have written dot GitHub and that is the workflows. That is spelling also correct. So okay, now I'm writing it as on push. So that is the branches or main. Okay, so what I am doing here? So currently I am just telling to the GitHub. So whenever there is a push happen to the main branch, so there is a main branch I'm giving. So whenever there is a push happen to the main branch, so now I need to have the GitHub action which need to be run. So here I need to give name to the, so this particular pipeline. So let's say deployment of test app to posting something. So this is the name which we are getting it, like it will show, okay, for us in order to see it. So okay, let's see, there is a name here, and so after that it will have the jobs to be run. So jobs in the sense, let's say for the like what are the steps we need to have. So currently what are the steps we need to have initially, what I did. So currently like in the starting I did a npm install, right? So after that I'm making npm build command, and after that we are transferring your files. We are just transfer, sorry, build folder files to server, right? So these are the three steps that we need to do it in the pipeline. So what I'm creating, I am creating one step, one job. So that is a web deployment. That is a web deploy. Okay, so let's create it, web deploy. Okay, in this web deploy, so where I need to run this, so here I'm just giving, so for this web deploy I'm just giving it a one name. So even where it needs to be run, it's need to be run in a ubuntu server, that is a linux server, because so github need to be run these commands in a linux server. So maybe we can also make a use of something like windows or something, any other systems. But so currently ubuntu is a free version that github is providing, and we are making a use of this ubuntu. So I'm telling, so we need to run the web deploy job, and so initially this is the name I given, and where I need to run this job, so here I need to run this job in the ubuntu server. So let's say what are the steps we need to follow. So I'm just telling them what are the steps you need to follow. Let's say steps in the sense, we are whatever that we are doing manually, so I'm just instructing the github to do behalf of me. Okay, so let's see here in the steps. So there is a first step, right? So what is the first step? So that is running a command like npm install. So running install command. So what is the command? So that is npm run. Sorry. So there is a command that we need to have it. So there is a npm npm install command. So there is the first step they need to do it, right? After that, what is the another step? So they need to run the build command. Am I correct? So this is the second one, right? So they need to do it the second step. So before this doing this step, so again, so in this Ubuntu server, this is the latest server. Sorry, there is a new server, right? That means it is a new system. So in this new system, previously I told you, so we need to have a node packages need to be installed in our system, right? Similarly, we need to download the node servers in the Ubuntu. That is, so we have the checkout code. So that is, we have the, currently it is a version 3. Okay, so here the checkout code is nothing but we need to pull the latest code, right? So this is the step, getting the latest code. And after this, so there will be another step, so setting the node.js. So here I am setting a node.js version not 3. So currently it is running. So where you can see it, so you can also see it directly in a Google. So in the Google, you can directly see it either. So action setup node. So there will be a setup node will be there. And here, so in this documentation only they are providing what is a version. It is a fourth version. Okay. So according to the documentation, we need to follow it. So currently they are using, so they are telling like this, right? So similarly, I'm using this, and there is a version also. Currently I'm using 18 version. Okay, so after that only we need to run this command, because initially what we are doing, we are getting the latest code, and so there is a node like installing the node server. After that we are running the command like npm run install. After that we are doing npm run build, right? Let us see what is happening after pushing this code. Okay, so updated pipeline, I'm just pushing this code. Okay, let's see in our workflow. When I click on the action again, when I refresh this page, so currently there is no workflow will happen. But when I refresh the page again, now it is running. Okay, so now, so here the step is there, right? Deploy to host there. So now you can see it. First, initially it is setting up and it is checking the new code. Okay, it is checking the new code. After that, it is setting the Node.js in the Ubuntu server. So after that, it will perform the npm install command. So that is the running install command. So after that is it is performing the build command. So okay, so now you can see it. So these steps, whatever we are running the steps, right? So these steps are currently working fine now. Now you can see everything is working fine, right? So now after this step, so we need to like after running this command, whatever we are doing, so we have the build folder. So that build folder need to be transferred to so here, right? In this folder. So now how we can do that using, so there will be file manager access, like so in order to copy paste those files, we need to have this for like this file manager access, right? So how we can do it using a ftp server. Okay, let's say we have the ftp server. So where we have the as ftp server is, I think here. So here in the file section we have the ftp accounts will be there. So in these accounts now, so we need to create a new ftp account for our github. So okay, so here in the username github, so test react app. So I'm just giving it as a name. This is the username. And so here what we have to do give, okay, so here there is no should be okay. Okay, so this is the username, and so what is the directory after the public underscore HTML? So we need to make it in a what is a folder text and hyphen app, right? So I am giving it as a name test hyphen app, and the password. The password is test at the rate 123. I'm giving it as a password test at the rate 123. So currently I'm creating it. So once I create, okay. So the password which I given is probably it's going to be leaked. That's what they are saying. Okay. Let's say grow. Okay.
The username should be like my choice, or is it Git repo name?
No, your choice only. You can
Okay,
put
okay.
anything. Grow in voice and like at the rate 123 similarly like that, or 121 something I'm giving. Okay. I'm giving the year name. Okay. So now I have created this. Yeah, where I, yeah. So here you can see it, right? It is created. So now in this application, so we need to make, so we need to connect this particular FTP server, right? How we can do that? So using another step, so that is name. So that is name. So here, so transfer files to, what is the step? Hosting the using FTP. So I'm doing that. So what we have to do is we need to, in order to do this thing, in order to happen this one, so we need to make a use of another package that is a, so yeah, FTP deploy. So this is a FTP deploy package. So currently I'm making a use of it. So here there is giving a one step, right? So currently I'm copying it and I am pasting it here. Okay. Okay, so now, so here in the FTP server name, so we already created, right? So here you can see it, there is a host name. So we need to copy this host name. So I'm pasting it here in the, so in this place, and so username. username column. So we have this username, right? So yeah, it is created, and after that password. So currently I'm hard coding it here. So it is grow invoice at the rate 2025. I'm giving it here. So what I need to do, so here we need to transfer the file which are in build folder, right? So we need to transfer. That means what, like I'm just telling, so this step, so to only push the files which are in a build folder. So currently I'm pushing the code updated pipeline with FTP connection. Now in the GitHub actions, again, when I refresh, so there is a happen, the commit is happening, right? So whenever the commit is happening, so now you can see it. So it's done. So like the pipelines are getting run. So now you can see it is running. So currently it is running a command like npm install. So currently it is running npm install. Now once it's completed, so then it will move to another command like that is running the build command. So that is a npm run build command. So after completing this build file, like build command, so it is syncing with the, now you can see it, it is okay. Now you can see it is failed to sync the files. That means you can see it. So sync file is failed due to local directory should be a folder. Okay, must end to end with look under like iPhone. Let's say I'm giving it as a folder. Okay, so now I'm giving it as a folder. Now updated sync files tab in GitHub pipeline. So by following these steps, by following the errors, I'm just trying to rectifying it. And again, when I push the like when the push the code, so now you can see it, the pipeline is getting run again. So again, it will do all the stuff. Now it is doing the build of command. So let's see after that. So now it is connecting. Now you can see it. The sync folder also it is doing perfectly. Now you can see it. So it is connected with our server. And now what is doing local files? There are local files and what are the files? So there are 17 files. But in the server it is zero, right? So that's the reason. Currently it is creating a static folder and whatever things there that are required, it will do all the things. And after that, it will start uploading. Okay, it will start uploading. So you can also see the timings here. The time span is 15 milliseconds. So now you can see it. So after refreshing it here, so okay, sorry, after refreshing the page, so here in this page, now you can see it. Now the like the text is changed, right? So this how the continuous development will be happening. So this is called a CI/CD pipeline. So which we are using for a continuous integration and also the continuous development will be happening. So how we can do is, let's say here, well, I'm just changing the message to hello, something like Praneeth. So they say test app. Something I have written in similarly like this. So change header form. Okay, so now I'm just making a change and I'm pushing the code. That's it. I won't do any type of change. After around something like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, after refreshing the page, so immediately I get reflected. I won't do any type of change here. So this is called a continuous development. Okay, so continuously I'm developing the stuff, and there will be a GitHub where the continuous integration will be happening. Okay, so let's see after 2 minutes, like whether it is changing or not. Okay, let's wait for 1 more minute. So currently the time is 1640. So now you can see it. So there is no like man interfere in between to deploy the front end, right? So that's what even everything need to be handled by the GitHub only. So currently I hard coded the password right here, but we should not do that. So rather what we are doing, we need to make a use of GitHub secrets. Now you can see it. So here I'm just making use of secrets dot hosting their FTP password. So where I need to put this, even it can be hosting their FTP password or FTP password. You can give it as your own name, but so this name she need to be in a secrets. Where is the secrets? In the settings. In that particular repository, in the settings, we have the secret and variables will be there, and in that we are not sorry, we need this action secret keys in the actions, right? So in the actions, I'm creating a new repository secret here, and there is a name. So this name, what I'm giving, so FTP underscore password. So that is the name I'm also giving it here. So here the secret variable is to grow invoice at the rate 2025. So now I'm adding the secret. Now you can see it. So I'm pushing the code. Get password. Okay, now you can see it. So we didn't hard code anything. So even the whatever there are some passwords such a cases, right? So those passwords need to be stored in a secrets, that is in the settings. Okay. So now whenever it is running the code, so it will take the password from a settings secrets. Okay. So this is how the front end pipelines are working.
Just a query. I was working on the partners global that site. That site landing page is completely built on HTML and basic CSS and jQuery. So
Okay.
as this file needed a build file, that that file doesn't need a build file, right?
No, in that case, we need to eliminate these steps, right? Because we don't require the node, we don't require to like run the npm install command and build command, right? So directly what we are doing, directly we are checking the latest code, and we are also considering the build folder, right? Rather, we are doing all the files. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, any
Now,
more questions
now,
till this part?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for the static space, we don't require this type of commands because those are already static, right? So, like for these commands are required for the React application because we need to make the React application into a static file, that is a HTML file. So previously we did it manually, but every time we can't do it manually. So that's the case. We are making a use of the GitHub Actions, that is a CI/CD pipelines. Okay. So the pipelines will take care of everything, whatever the stuff we are doing manually. So that will be taken care by the GitHub. So it will do all the stuffs by that self. Okay. So whatever doing we are doing manually, so it will take care all those things. Okay. Did you get the point here? So how the pipelines are working, how the front end is building, how there is a like continuous integration and continuous development is happening. So everything like is there any doubts or just ask me now itself?
Yes, front end development is I understand how it works.
Okay. So okay. So then I
So
think
let's start with the next topic. It's
yes.
backend development, right?
Yes, yes. So similarly for the backend too, how we can do it. So let's say I think we didn't run that. Okay. Okay, so this is a backend application which we previously did it, right? Okay, so in order to make it as a live, so let's say in order to run this like Node.js application, what is the command we are running? So previously we are deploying the static page. So that's why we are building it as HTML. But so Node.js, the backend, whatever things we are doing in the backend, those are a server based. Server in the sense, let's say I am creating a local host server. So let's say npm run dev, something like start. What is the command? Oh, so I need to Oh, I need to run the command like npm install. Okay, now I need to run the command like node server.js. So now the localhost server is running, right? So now, okay. So now you can see it. So here the localhost server is running, but in order to make the server, local server to the public server, so what we are doing, so we are making this localhost in the sense which is locally accessible for this computer only. But we need to make this localhost as a public. That means it can be accessed through entire like global network, right? So how we can do that? So instead of having the local host, we are making use of some cloud services that are AWS or like Azure and Google, those things. So whatever the cheaper, so we are making use of those. Okay. So currently we are using this AWS in order to deploy the backend for the Grow invoice. So currently we are doing a Grow invoice in this EC2. So okay, EC2 is nothing but, so it is simply creating instances. Here we are creating instances here. Let's say how we can like how we can create a some instance. I'm not doing it
So
now.
yeah, so can you just do it from the homepage? Then it would be easier to understand the eval.
In the sorry, in the homepage only. So we have the search, right? Even in the search also, you need to search the
Oh,
EC2.
okay.
Okay, so this is nothing but a virtual servers where now you can see it. So it is a elastic compute cloud. So nothing but, so here it can it the EC2 is a capable to run the local server virtual servers. Nothing but a virtual servers is nothing but currently we are running what is this? Oh yeah, currently we are running the local host server, right? But we need to make it as a virtual server. So in order to do that, we are making a use of Amazon, sorry, AWS EC2 instance. So now I'm creating a EC2 instance rather than previously I told it, right? Even for the deployment also, whatever what we are using, we have this yeah. So these systems currently we are using Ubuntu only. Okay, we can also make a use of this Linux also. So even the Ubuntu also same thing, but we are making a use of this Ubuntu. So
Is
okay,
it
so there
is
is
the Unity and Mac OS is same?
sorry.
Like I am as using a Mac OS or anyone Windows, then I need to install it on Ubuntu. Select Ubuntu.
I didn't understand.
Uh, like you are working on a Windows operating system,
Hmm,
then
yes,
there is also an option for Windows.
yes.
Uh, but why are you choosing the Windows?
Like currently in the Ubuntu, so because we are using, so like so let's say how I can say that. Okay, so we are just
Always you can
using.
use Ubuntu system.
Yeah, but we are mostly using this Ubuntu. Why? Because in the GitHub, let's say we are only making use of this Ubuntu for the live server, right? In order to have the virtual server. Previously, we have the virtual server, but so this virtual server is in my Windows only. But we need to have one something right like route like something, yeah, so this domain, right? So this live server, so how we can achieve that using any one of the operating system. But so in this among these all, so we have something lowest called this Ubuntu is having the free trial also, or it will provide some benefits like rather than doing with the Windows. Even in the Windows also we can do it, but it is a more cost. Okay, so let's say you have the more complexity tasks, similarly like creating some like files, and so whatever things you are doing in a Chrome or something. So let's say we are doing AI stuff, right, in some applications. So those type of things need to be happen in a Windows. So okay, in that case we can also move it to the Windows also, but now currently, so this only a server where I need to just run the server. I don't do any type of things, right? Rather than the running the server. So for my instance, I am make like it is enough to use a Ubuntu. Okay, so because even it is a cost benefit also. It will just cost us around, currently it is free trial, but after that it won't even cost around $10 or something. Even it won't cost $10 also, it will only cost around 5 or something. Okay, now you can also see that price structure. So currently, so there is a server like, so it is costing. So okay, on demand Linux server. So how it's costing? So it is a 0.0056 USD per hour. But when we are having the Windows, now you can see the Windows pricing. It is a more than this. It is a double. So double the Linux server, right? So we are not going to use a Windows, but if there is any requirement, we will be using. But currently, let me use this Ubuntu. It is not showing. Confirm changes. Oh, some settings. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I'm making use of this Ubuntu, and currently I'm using the free tier. I'm not creating it, so because it will like generate a billing also. So currently I'm not creating it. Just I'm telling how we are creating it. So okay, so here the key pair. Key pair is nothing but, so there should be a key pair in order to log in to this particular Linux server. Okay, so you need to connect this Ubuntu, right? So in order to happen that login, in order to do the connect between your system to the Ubuntu server, you need to have the key pair, that is a password, nothing but you can call it as a password. So you need to create either the new pair, or you can also use the existing one. Okay, so currently you can also create a new one here. Currently I'm just showing purpose, I'm just giving the old one. So after that you don't need to touch anything. But here is the thing, so here you can see it, allow HTTPS traffic and HTTP server. So these two things are there, right? So the here the allow HTTPS traffic is nothing but, so let's say any, like if we are hitting any website, that means proinvoice.com, so it is happening a HTTP request, right? It is happening HTTP request. So we need to allow, if anyone want to see our web page, we need to allow the HTTP servers too. So currently it is not enabled, so I am just enabling it is. So the, yeah, allowing HTTP request from from the internet. So I'm just allowing the both. So yeah,
One second.
yes,
Can I just go to the create new PR section?
sorry.
Can I just go to the create new TPR section?
uh,
Error.
your voice is not clear for me.
Okay. Can you just go to the create new TPR section?
Okay, so here,
Yes.
yeah, you can create it. You can create
Uh,
it. Even so, I'm just a test backend. Uh, you can create it. So either you can do it as a PEM file or PPK file. So .ppk file can be used for the putty. So that is a software. Putty software will be there. Okay, so if you want to connect this Ubuntu using Putty software, so you need to have that this file, or if you want to like directly connect, you need to have the .pem file. Okay, so currently I'm creating .pem file. When I create this pair, so now you can see it. So there is a file downloaded, so as .pem. Okay.
okay. And what's the difference between the RSA and EP255 one?
Sorry, this one.
Yes.
Okay, so here this is the encryption type currently. So for the Windows, we have the capability to like do the, so this is completely a private key, whatever we are having the private key. So it cannot be shown by anyone. Okay. So now you can see it, it is a private key. Now you can see it, right? So this is a RSA private key. And so there will be a public key which is available for this particular Ubuntu. Okay, so whenever you are making one connection in between these two, so what it is trying to do is we are sending from our system, we are sending this particular private key, and it will match that private key with a public key in the which is available in a Ubuntu server. Okay, so similarly, so this is the another format. Okay, so this is not a big thing, so it is just another format. Okay, So what is the key type pair? So let's say we are creating a password like encryptions, right? We have many type of passwords encryptions can be happen, but so those are something like types only. Okay, so here for us it will give a private key, and for the Ubuntu server it will create a public key. Okay, after that whenever there is a connection in between happening, so it will match these two keys, then only the connection will get success. If not, it will throw an error. Okay, so yeah, so now okay, so I'm allowing the HTTP request and everything. After that, so there will be a configuration storage will be there. The storage is nothing but, so how much the storage should we need to have? Okay, currently it is giving a free up to the 30 GB. Okay, so currently I'm making use of 8 GB only. Okay, after that we need to create it. Okay, so I think, bro, like, can I create it, or like is it okay? It is a
Yeah, yeah,
P.
do what you want.
Okay. Okay, after that I will remove this. Okay, so I just showing it. So here it will take time. So maybe it will take around two. I think it will take more time basically. Okay, so it is currently it is centralizing. So I have another servers like, so there is a yeah, cloud server is already there, right? So let me show that one. Previously I created it. So after that you can like you will be having the dashboard similarly like this. So after you check out this particular server, and you have the public address will be shared here. Now you can see the public server, right? So this is the public server. When I open this public server, so now you can see it. It is opening the page, right? Directly it is opening the page. But so now what we are doing, so we need to have, yeah, let me do it. It's still, oh, it's still installizing. Okay. So let me show it once. So okay, once you open this one, currently there is like it is similarly showing like there is no content here. So it will show the empty page. So after that, you need to have a connection in between these two. Okay. So currently I am connecting it to this particular server. So how we can do the connection? So here we have the connect button, right? So similarly, I am clicking on the connect button, and so I am selecting the first one and I am connecting it. Okay, so now the connection is happening. So after that, we are having one Linux server. So that is running in a AWS. So yeah, so this is a Linux server. Currently, we are having it. So now we need to have the folders here. That means, so currently I am having the Grow Invoice project here in the Grow Invoice -new is there, right? So in order to move, so we are using the CD, right? In the Windows also, even in the Linux also, the same command, changing the directory. What is the directory? That is a grow invoice -new. So this like you need to learn this command. This is the Linux command. So okay, so here that is ls. So I'm just checking how like what are the files that I am having. So currently, so these are the files that I have in this particular project. Okay, in order to run the command, so everything will be same how we are running in a local system. Similarly, when you run it in a local system, the same way you also run it in a local, like in this particular Linux server. Okay, after that, so okay, so those things, whatever you are installing it, right? So those will be appearing here in this particular public IP. In this public IP, there's a public IP is nothing but a public IP for IP address is there, right? So this is the public address where our server will be pointing here. Okay, so there is a step. Let me see the previous one whether it is success or not. It might take. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it's done. Okay, so now you can see it. There is a public IP address, right? Currently, when I open this one, so now you can see it is just a refreezing because there is no content to display. Now, now what I'm doing, I'm just connecting to it. So there is a new like new instance that I created now. So I'm doing ls. Currently there is no files here, right? But we need to have the GitHub. So what is the previous one that I didn't push the backend yet, right? So I'm just creating test backend. So I'm making it as a public and I'm pushing it. Okay. For now, what I need to do, so I need to initially get init. Okay. After that, now done. So now if I refresh this page, now you can see every files will be displaying here. So now I need to clone this project in our Linux server. What we have to do, git clone, so that file URL. So now it is cloning. Now it is done. So when I have this folder, now you can see it, there is a folder like test hyphen app hyphen backend will be already there. So I am changing the directory to test hyphen app hyphen backend. So now you can see it when I do the ls. So it will show all the files, whatever the files I am having. So it is showing all the files, right? So now in order to run this, what is the command? So currently we need to run the command npm install start initial, right? So now you can see it, it is not showing. So npm not found. So I'm doing, it is giving one command like sudo apt, sorry, sudo in order to do so, but can be installed with sudo apt install npm, right? Sudo apt install npm. Okay, it is done. So unable to locate a package npm, so it is not happening. So let's see. Node installed in ubuntu. I'm checking it in the, okay, so in this node file, now you can see it. Okay, in this app line, not in a CentOS. Okay, sudo apt update. Currently, I need to run this command. After that, let's see. Okay, once it is run, there is another command need to be run. Okay, so now it is done. So after that, so there is another command installing the Node.js. Okay, now it is also okay. I need to enter y. Okay, so after that, so we are installing the npm2. Okay, it is taking 661 MB because even we have the 8 GB space, right? Okay, it is fine.
Pranil, you can show an existing server also.
Yes.
Just tell the steps. That's it.
Okay. Similarly, in the Grow Invoice also, we did the same. So I'm connecting the Grow Invoice server.
Grow inverse or grow limitless. We already have two, right?
No, for the yeah, okay, okay. For the Grow Limitless, it is not in this AWS. It is another. Okay.
But the backend was in AWS, right? For grow limitless, no?
Grow Limitless, that is another AWS server. So not this.
Ah, okay. Okay. Now, if you want to show that, because that you recently did, that also credential we have.
Yes, I have. Let me.
Okay.
Will be happen. I think there are a few seconds left. 20 seconds. Okay, now it is done. It's done. Yeah, it is complete. So after creating this npm package, so we need to check whether what is the version it is running. So okay, now I'm just checking whether node also installed or not. So after doing all this stuff, so we need to run the command, right? So how we are doing it? So currently in the local, we are running it in a like node space server.js, something like that, right? But we have node mode, so some like PM2, sorry. We have the PM2 that is completely a, so we are seeing the logs here, right? But like there is a like direct integration will be happening, so without having this local server running. So you can see it. Let's say I'm just running node space dot server.js. Now it is showing the command, it is showing the console like server is running at a local host. But this message, like when I'm closing this one, let's say when I close this one, again the server is won't be exist because we already closed the server, right? Okay, so this is a server where it's running, right? So if we close it, it definitely will the server get stopped. So we need to have the continuous one. So okay, yeah, it's installed. Now I'm just checking whether it is installed or not. -v, yeah, it is installed. And I'm also checking the node. Yeah, it is also installed. So now here, what is the command we need to type is that is the npm install command. We need to type it. And after that, we have created, yeah, so how we need to run it. Okay, let me check it. Okay, now the package is also installed. Now, if I want to run the server, I need to run it as node space server.js. So now the it is running at a localhost 3000, right? But the localhost is nothing but a lock IP address. That means, yeah. So yeah, public IP address is there, right? So this is the localhost. When I open that localhost, so we cannot see anything, right? But so here after this we need to have the 3000 port, because it is server is running at a 3000 port. Even when I open the 3000 port, it is not showing anything. So what we have to do is, so in the security groups, in the inbound rules, okay, let's say I'm going to the security groups section. In these inbound rules, I am also creating another rule like custom TPP. That is the port is nothing but 3000, right? So port is 3000, and so here the 00 is nothing but it is allowing all the AP address. Okay, currently I just created. Okay, it is created, right? Now when I refresh the page, now you can see it. It is reflecting hello world, right? Because we are already server running. The server is already running. But when I stop this one, let's say I press the Control C. Now the server is won't be exist. It's still reloading and it is showing this wait cannot be reached. But when I run the command again, now if I refresh this page, now it is again running. But we need to have this local server need to be run continuously, right? How we can do that? So similarly, we are doing it like we need to install one package, that is the npm install -g pm2. pm2 is nothing but it will have the continuous server running will be there. Okay, so it is a having capability like, so there is a continuous server running will be there. So I just installed it in a locally. In locally I am doing it currently. So after that, okay, I just installed it. So after that, what we have to do, so, okay, sorry, npm install pm2. I'm doing npm install pm2. Or maybe it's better to run it here. Okay, so npm install pm2, I think. Okay, so now once I install this one, okay, it is saying, so there is a permission denied. Okay, 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 it will take time. Okay, let's see. We don't have the permission. Okay, so now it is running. So in order to run this, we need to create a one file, like we need to have it here. So after this, we need to add the start command. So what is that start command? pm2 start. So here, instead of having this, you need to give it server.js. Okay, so when I run the command like npm run start, when I run the command npm run start, so it will run pm2 start server.js hyphen name. Name is nothing but test app backend. So when I start this one, okay, so currently, okay, yeah. Okay, now you can see it. It is run. So the test app backend is online status. It is showing. Okay, but in my local system it is showing, but I need to do it in a so in that server, right? So how we can stop it? Similarly, same thing. We need to have one more command like. So there is a file name. There is a app name, right? Similarly, we need to create another one. So that is the stop command. Okay. Okay, now it is stopped already. So let's say I'm pushing this code, updated. Now again in the server, I am taking a pull here, git pull. Okay, so now it is happening. The pull is already get submitted. Now again I'm doing npm install because I did a changes in the local, right? Now in order to run the application, what is the command? npm run start. So there is a command, right? So now when I run the application, now you can see it. There is a continuous integration will be happening. Even though I close this server, When I close the server, still the app is running. Okay. Now you can integrate this server in our front end. Okay, so similarly, we need to connect this particular IP address to our domain, right? So what is the domain? Something like dev.growinvoice.com or app.growinvoice.com. So these things need to be there, right? How we can do it? Let's say I am logging to my hosting the panel again, because there we are handling our domains, right? Our websites. So similarly, I'm moving to the Grow Invoice and going to the starter. So yeah, now I'm going to the Grow Invoice. So here again I need to go to C names. So something like, yeah. So here the DNS zone editor will be there. So in this DNS zone, currently we have, so previously I added this IP address with the type A. So there will be I type A. So in this name, what I'm doing, I'm just giving as test backend. I'm giving the name as test hyphen backend dot growinvoice.com. So this name is nothing but a subdomain, and where it is need to be point. So this point need to be stored in a, like, this is a IP address where it need to be point. Okay, so now I'm just adding a record. Now you can see it. So it is showing all the currently it is, and it is a new record that we are going to add it. Okay, I'm just confirming it. So yeah, now it is the DNS record is added. Now what I'm doing, so what is the name we are giving? Test hyphen backend dot growinvoice.com. Currently it is not showing anything, but so what is the route? So here we need to give the port also. So what is the port? I colon 3000. Now you can see it. Whatever things we are getting in the public route, it is directly pointing to that particular route. Now you can see it, right? So this is how we are connecting the domain, okay, to the public IP address, to the like EC2 instant. So this is how we are connecting it. Okay. So yes, so there are some steps where we need to eliminate this colon 3000. This port need to be eliminated, right? In order to eliminate this port, so I already shared the videos, right? So just please look into those videos, how they are going to do it. Similarly, we need to have the SSL2. So I clearly like have the video for every step. Okay, so please watch those videos and do all the stuffs in the year. So whatever those comments, so we'll be typing it here. Okay, so after that, so okay, so currently previously I have the Grow Invoice project, so I'm just demonstrating that Grow Invoice. Yeah.
Pranit, would it good if you also show the YAML file for this application?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Bro.
Can you also show the YAML file of the backend?
Yes, I'm just showing that only.
Okay.
So currently I have created the Grow Invoice backend project. So in this project, similarly, how we implemented the YAML file for the, like we also created a one workflow file for the front end, right? Similarly, in the Grow Invoice also, for every project, we are creating a .github file folder. 1 second. So yeah, yes, sorry. So for every project, so we are creating a .github and slash workflows. So in these workflows, we are creating a YAML files. So in these YAML files, you can see it. So the name I have given it as a Node.js CI, that is a continuous integration. So I'm just giving it as a name. So here, whenever there is a push happen in the develop branch, or so there is a pull request, that is a PR. So you don't need to do this stuff. You just have previously I told it, right, on push branches in the main. Okay, by default we are doing in the main branch, but for my reference I'm just having this. And here the jobs is the main important one. So here there is a two jobs will be there. So sorry, there is one job only. So here it is running on the self-hosted. Self-hosted is nothing but, so previously for the front end, we are creating a Ubuntu server in a GitHub, right? In a GitHub, we are creating the Ubuntu server. But now what we are doing, we are already created a Ubuntu server in a AWS, right? So that AWS server need coming here as a self-hosted. That is a self-hosted is nothing but we already hosted one like one EC2 server. Okay, so this is a self-hosted, and so there is a strategy. So strategy is nothing but what is the node package we need to use it. Currently, it is just a what you can do it is. So previously, I told it like we are creating a Node.js. We are setting the node, right? So, but here we need to set up a here for this one. So previously you are using npm, but so there are some projects which we are using a TypeScript also. For the TypeScript, we need to use it as yarn rather than using npm. We are using a yarn one. Okay, so yarn is also a similarly npm command. Okay, so similarly currently in the first step, so I am having the node.js for the like I'm just setting the node.js. Okay, so now in these steps you can see it. Currently I'm checking the latest code, the previously we did it, right? Same thing. And after that I am setting the node.js, so same thing which is previously. And so here the catch is yarn I'm doing, because so we are following, that means we are telling instead of node, so we are just understanding the, so instead of node we need to use a yarn. I'm just telling them. Okay, so now firstly I need to run the installs, right? So currently in the first step I'm just running the command like yarn installed. After that, so there is a env files need to be print from a secret files, because the env won't be should not be there in a files, right? It should be in a secrets only. Okay, similarly I'm getting all the secrets from the settings. And after that I am creating a .env file, because it should not be there in a github, because it is a security purpose, right? So it should not show it to everyone. Only whenever there is a developer is working on, the developer need to have the env, but we should not push it to publicly. We should not give the access for the public. Okay, so we should not expose them. So those files need to be put it in the secret. And so we are creating a manual, sorry, automatically in a workflow. Okay, so now you can see it. So it is running the command like initially cat env. So it is just cat env is nothing but, so we are just verifying whether the env file is written correctly or not. Okay, this is the step where I have written, so whether the env is correctly instructed or not. Okay, so and next command is like I am just stopping previously. So there is a server also running, right? So in order to stop those all the PM2 servers, I am just running a command like PM2 stop all. I'm just stopping all the servers currently, and after that I am deleting all the servers. Again, I am starting the server. Okay. So this is how the pipeline for the backend is going on. So when I'm pushing something to the GitHub, so immediately, so it will trigger the backend pipelines. Let's say even I push something. Okay, so now in the GitHub, oh, I didn't open it yet. So now in the backend, growing wise backend, right? So yes, whenever there is a push happen, so immediately the pipeline will get triggered. So now you can see it. So it is running all the command. initially it is setting the node, and after that it is using the add install, it is running the add install. After that it is debugging the secret variables. So okay, whether the secret variables you have the variable or not, it is just checking up here. And after that it is creating a env file, verifying a env file, and it is stop all the existing ones, and it is deleting all the existing servers, and again it is starting freshly the new one. Okay, the latest changes will get appear. Okay, so this is how we are running a pipeline. Now you can see it currently when I stop the PM2 server. Yeah, the PM, like this is the previously it is running, so it is stopped already. Now when I run the command like delete all, it is deleted. The main one is get deleted, right? Again when I start the command, it will take time. It will start the server, that's it. Yeah, now you can see it, the server gets started and the status is online. If it is online, so then only you can see it in a grow invoice document. So then now the server is getting live. Okay, so this is how the backend pipeline is written. Okay, similarly you need to do this backend pipeline too by following those videos. Okay, any doubts? So yeah, you can free to ask. So this is a section now. Okay, did everyone see the video and follow all the steps? Like, you have time to do this? Or still you have any doubts? Please ask it now.
Any questions, guys?
No doubt actually right here, but I had doubts in the Apache Web Server video.
Yeah,
So
please.
Okay.
that was not required here right now, I think.
Okay. I didn't like. So, did you follow to create a Apache server there?
Can you share your screen and ask the question, Shobhik, so that you can also understand?
No, sir, that's not on my desk. Actually, I watched the video, but that video actually started from somewhere in the middleware. So I was unable to. I'm like I understand the commands, but how it started and how it stopped and how it works, that's what that I was.
Ranit, can you open the video so he can ask the questions
Yeah, sure. You
and
know.
share your screen?
Okay, let me open the video.
Shobhik, what is the name of the video? He said free video, right?
That is Apache one. That is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, let me open it.
Ranit, why is Apache needed? I mean, in today's discussion, Apache was not used, right?
Yeah, because the Apache server, like it is similarly, let's say, okay, I will open that. I will open the existing console. Let me pass this. I need to delete the existing one. New dashboard. Okay, instance this one. Instant date, reboot, terminate, yes. I need to delete. Okay, so now, so previously, we have seen that so the server is running at a 3000 port, right? So, but so there are like we should not have those 3000 port, right? Instead, what we are doing, so we are creating one Apache server where it will eliminate that particular port. Let's say we have one, what we call it, let's say there is a Apache server will be there in between these two. Okay, let me open the diagram. draw.io or something. Yeah, draw.io. Letter. Okay, let's see. So here previously we have the localhost 3000 server will be there. Localhost column 3000 server is already there previously. Okay, so this is the server, and in between there is a one Apache server will be there. Okay, so and so here. Okay, so here we are hitting localhost.com or something, growinvoice.com like that, right? The front end. Whenever there is a hit happen to the localhost.com, okay, so it will trigger the Apache server. The Apache server will always listen to this like public IP address, and this Apache server, whatever the request it is coming for the .com, it will throw to 3000 port. It will port, like it will redirect to something like a forward, port forward, right? So currently .com in the sense it will having the port like 80 or 800, similarly like that. So for the SSL, that means for the HTTPS request, there is a port like 443 port. So those ports will be converting. So using through this Apache server, it will convert it to 3000. Okay, similarly whenever I am hitting this route, it is like internally it is hitting so 3000 port. Now you can see it. So when I hit the 3000 port, it is similarly hitting the same one. Whatever things here you're seeing it here. Let me share that too. Okay, currently I stopped it. Okay, so where it will be? Let's say where it will be. So in the same in this server only, when we created this Apache server, we need to do some little configuration. After that, we need to have one setup that is redirecting to this particular port, right? So I'm just saying, so there is a port redirection, right? So there is a concept of port redirection. So let's see where it is doing it. ls. In this video only they are showing it. Oh, let me open that. Oh yeah. So where they are going? Okay, cd. So these are the commands. Sudo su sudo. Oh, sorry. Yes, cd nginx cd sites available. Ls. So cd default Oh, okay. Sudo nano default. So now you can see it here. So there is a server name called growing. Like there is a local host server I'm giving it, right. So now you can see it. So currently the application is running on a 5000 port. The growing voice backend is running on a 5000 port. Now what I'm doing, so whenever, so yeah, so here, so let's see here. So whenever there is a request coming on a 443 port, that means this is a SSL configuration. Let's see if there is a any request is coming on a 443. That means here the 443 is nothing but a SSL. That means HTTPS request. Whenever there is a HTTPS request to this public IP address, okay, so this public IP address, it will redirect to, yeah, the proxy pass, the proxy where it will redirect. So it will redirect the localhost colon 5000. Okay, so if I make the change here to 3000, again I need to run the server in a 3000 port. So now you got my point, right? So whenever there is a request happen in a 440, that means a HTTP request happening. That means yeah, API hyphen grow invoice.com, right? So whenever they are hitting the server name like API hyphen so dev.growinvoice.com, so it will redirect all the request which is happening on a 5000 port. So this is required for Apache software. Now you can see it. Previously we have the column 5000, right? But there is no concept here using a 5000. Internally it is happening through like Nginx or Apache. Everything will be same. Okay, bro, did you get my point here? Like how the like Nginx and Apache are working on.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. I
so
got that.
similarly, like we need to eliminate those ports, right? Because we don't even know the ports, whether what the port is running. So internally we are doing it, but internally we are just redirecting everything. So, okay. So having routes redirection, we are using the Nginx. Currently, for the Grow Invoice, I'm using Nginx, but Grow Limit for the Grow Limitless, I'm using the Apache software. So Apache and Nginx both are same. Similarly, like this only for the like Nginx also we are doing. Okay. So yes. So, so this is how we are doing the like server request handling. Okay. Uh,
Pavik, Pritam, any questions?
yes.
Yes, sir. No, 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 no. There is all
Clear,
clear.
right?
No,
Okay,
sir.
so how the front end is getting deployed, how the back end is getting deployed, how to make the pipeline for both of them so that continuous integration happens all the time. Everything's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, like previously here also they are doing the same. So yeah, so here, so they will do all the stuff. So here, so these Apache software they are running it, right? So this is the only one-time setup for the Apache, because currently in the first initial only what we are doing, so we are just configuring everything. It is a one-time setup only. So they will set up everything. You can also see it. So previously what they are doing, so they are going to the that particular IP address sites. After that, so yeah, now you can see it. So whenever there is a request happen to the 443, that means HTTPS request. So what they will do? So they will remove all these things and they will redirect to something like port. Instead of having this your server name, so they will redirect to port like that is a colon 3000. Okay. So once they done it, so they will reload the Apache server again. Okay, this one-time setup. We don't need to do any time, like anything next onwards. So just you need to stop the server and reload the server again. But make sure that whatever the port you are giving initially, it should be 5000 only. Even for my backend also. Oh, I stopped it already. Oh, great. For my backend also, if I run this, definitely my backend needs to be run in a 5000 port. Otherwise, it won't even stop. Like here, you can see it. So the port where it is running. So Now you can see it is running on a 5000 port, right? So it should be running a 5000 port, otherwise so it will be redirecting to the, like, now what I'm saying, yeah, so here it is redirecting to 5000 port, but there is no server is running on a 5000 port, right? It won't show anything simply. Okay, so even like I'm just showing for example. So currently my localhost server is running on a 5000, but if I change it to 3000, it will not run it. When I refresh this page, okay. Oh, I need to restart. Okay. I'm just reloading the server again. Okay, now I'm reloading it. So when I refresh the page, now you can see it is having the bad way connection, because it is redirecting to, what is the name? So it is redirecting to 3000, right? It is redirecting to 3000, but my server is running on a 5000 port. So that's the reason it is throwing a bad gateway. So if I change it to, if I change it to 5000, again I need to do the modification and save it. After that, again I need to reload the server again. And so in order to see the status, so there is a status command, right? So I'm running this status command. So yeah, now it is actually running. So when I refresh the page, now it will show the page again. Okay, so this is how we are eliminating. So the SSL process I given, right? So that SSL process is nothing but it will eliminate the port. Okay, it will eliminate the port. After that, you need to simply connect domain to this particular AWS server, and again you need to run the CI/CD pipelines for it. Okay, even for the CI/CD pipelines also I gave the video, right? Similarly, you need to do those. Okay, so yeah. So any questions or anything?
No. That the Apache server was my main confusion. It's clear. Okay.
Okay. Yes. So once you install that, so
Okay.
definitely you need to move to the default, so this default one, and after that, so you need to do these changes. Only maybe they will directly give these changes, I think. So useful links. Okay, not here. So I think they may be giving this all this stuff. So whatever, yeah, they are giving all the comments here. So similarly, do these changes along with this. Only you need to copy and paste these things, not anything else. Okay. Yeah. So that's it from my side. You can free to ask if you have any doubts or something like.
Okay. Okay. Anyone, any doubts? If no, then let's conclude this meeting.
Yes, sir. All
Okay.
clear.
Thank you so much, Pranit, for your time. Thank you so much, Pritam and Shovik, for joining. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Bye.
thank you, Praneeth.
Bye bye.
Bye.